Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome to your power book. So check this out. Here are 3 things that I want to share with you. Things that I've used myself, things that I've learned from other people, things that I've learned along my way based on struggles, challenges, because man, this transformation thing, it's not easy. This whole change thing, making things happen is not easy. And I want you to know also, after these 21 days, this has to continue if you want to continue seeing more change. Okay? So check this out. The number one thing I want to share with you is probably the most important. Not probably, actually. This is the most important thing, because ultimately this is what ends up guiding you, what ends up moving you forward and allowing you to become that mover and shaker, allowing you to get the results that you want and continue getting results. Because man, it's not easy to stay motivated. It's not that easy. It's not as easy as we think. You can say, oh yeah, I'm motivated. But at the same time, there comes moments of weakness. There comes, life gets in the way and things come up. But this thing right here, this number one thing is what really guides you. And that's your heart. Now, I'm not talking about just the organ itself. I'm talking about something much deeper than that. The heart is important, but I'm talking about something much deeper than that. And I broke it down to 3 things. And the first thing is why. Identifying your why. Why is it that you are creating this change? What is your reason behind it? What is that one thing, that one reason, man, that you're like, I want this because I want to feel better. I want this because I want to be recognized for results. I want this because why? That's up to you to decide. Not me, not anyone else, but you, because that's your heart. And the second thing I want you to think about right here, based on this, is your values. By values, I mean, what is it that's important to you? What do you value at a life? Like if you do not know your why, go to your values. See what's important for you and link the change to your values, because that's just going to make it so much more powerful than just going through emotion. I don't want this, again, I'm going to say this time and time again, I don't want this to just be about 21 days. This is going to kickstart you, and I want this to continue for the rest of your life. So this is something that I want you to keep in mind. And now the third part here is fuel. That heart of yours, man, that heart of yours carries a fire within it. But what is that fire? How are you fueling that fire? And again, that goes back to that why. That goes back to your values. How are you linking those two to create that fuel? So you can be fired up, so you can continue going no matter what, because guess what? Things are gonna get in your way. Obstacles, challenges, struggles, man, that's part of it all. But there's things that you can do. As long as you find that thing, that one thing, just like I found that one thing by standing here, right here with you. Now the second thing, and again, this was another big, important aspect of it all, because very few people actually pay attention to this. And that second part is the mind. The mind is such a powerful tool. It's been talked about for the ages. I mean, look at all these quotes about the mind. Thoughts become things, and Buddha has said it, Socrates. I mean, just people from way before us, ancient times, have spoken about how powerful that mind is and how big of an influence it has on everything that you do. Whether it's change or something that you want to end up creating or doing, the mind is so powerful. Now again, I broke it down to 3 things, and that first part is the thoughts. Your daily thoughts. What are you thinking on a daily basis? Well, how are you thinking when it comes to a situation? Are you going more negative, or are you going more positive? Are you seeing the light in it all, or are you staying in the darkness of it all? And that starts right there with the thoughts. So keep in mind, every little thing, even the TV that you're watching, all that influences your thoughts. The people that you're around, all that influences your thoughts. Now this thing right here is what ends up creating the action. Because before anything happens, everything is created twice. And it all begins first in the mind. and then it comes out into physical reality. Now the second thing, now this is a word that I came up with. You're not gonna find this in the dictionary, but it's having a strongitude. Now what do I mean by that? I mean having that presence to be able to go through anything that gets in your way, to see things again with light rather than darkness, to have more of an attitude of gratitude. That's having a strongitude, a strong presence of you. And that all begins with your attitude. What is your attitude towards an experience? What is your attitude towards life? Is it strong or is it weak? And the third part, which is tremendously important as well, your sight. Now, I'm sure maybe you've seen The Secret, but they talk about vision boards, they talk about binder boards. I don't know whatever it is that you end up doing, but it's very important for you to see where it is that you want to end up going, because that is so important. We can get so caught up on life and you know the crap that goes on that we lose sight. We lose sight of what we end up wanting to see out of our lives. We lose sight of what we love, what we value. And that's so important. That affects your mind in such a deep way. And man, I want you to keep those three things in mind. Your thoughts, your strongitude, and your sight. Those three things are huge for the mind. And now the third part, which is super important as well. Not as important as the other ones, but this is still huge. And that is, can't take this out. And that is your path. Where it is that you're walking today. And it all begins with your body. Ultimately, these 21 days is about your body. And your body is what walks that path. Your body is what ends up experiencing those experiences, going through those emotions. Now, if you're not energized, you're not alive, you're not doing the things that matter most to your body, how are you going to be able to experience them fully? You're not going to be able to. Most of us walk around half dead. That sucks. That's a horrible way to live. Why not be alive? Why not be energized? And here's something else that I want you to think about your body. If you lose a body part, that body part is not going to come cheap. Keep that in mind, because it is true. You lose your heart fails on you. How hard is it for you? Is it going to be for you to get another heart? It's going to be crazy. Lose a leg, how hard is that going to be? It's very important to keep your body as strong as you can within your path. Now the second thing, surroundings. By surroundings, I mean the people that you're around with, the TV that you're watching, everything that's around you. You might not even see it, but it has such a crazy influence and inspiration within you that if it's negative, it's gonna affect that change that you want to end up creating. Your surroundings are so important. The people that you hang with, man, I'm sure you've heard it. I'm sure you've heard it from your family. You know, watch who you hang with. I'm sure you've even experienced it. Haven't you ever experienced someone negative? I mean, how does that make you feel? Imagine being around that person every single day. How does that end up affecting the change and the result that you want to end up getting out of these 21 days? It's crazy. But that also, the words that you hear, the books that you listen to, magazines, everything, all that affects you. Even that smallest little thing, that smallest little word that you hear from somebody, whether it's good or bad. You know, if you're around somebody that loves you, that supports you, you're just going to become that much greater. But if you're around somebody that's dragging your ass down, then you're going right down with them. And the last thing is your shoes. I want you to take a good look at your shoes right now. Take a look at them. Man, they might be rugged, beat up, whatever it is. But I want you to wear them with pride. I want you to wear them with honor, with love. Because those shoes that you're wearing, no one else is going to walk. No one else is going to walk this path. No one else is going to make these 21 days happen. This is about you. This is about those shoes that you wear. And that's what I wanted to end it with. make sure you wear those shoes with pride, with honor, with love. So again, heart, mind, and your path. Stay in it. Peace.